Good afternoon. Today we're going to tie a Shminnow, and the reason that I've chosen a Shminnow, which is this lure here, is the fact that this is an excellent fly to use on the beaches this time of year when the snook come out to spawn. This is a great beach fly, fished right along the edge, plus it's an extremely easy fly to tie. Another thing about this, if you'll notice it, we're using a circle hook, and the reason I do that is because the inventor of this fly says in his book that the circle hook, the ratio of hookups to a straight hook are much higher. So I've tied this on the circle for you, and let's start. So the first thing I'm going to do is just go ahead and mount my circle hook right in the vise. Going to take some white thread, and I'm going to wrap this from just behind the eye of the hook back to across from the hook of the point of the hook, and then back just a little ways. Then let me snip off my tag end, and now what I want is a piece of white marabou, which we'll pick out one, and on the marabou we'll pick out a section right here, and I cut the marabou off. I like to look at the amount that I want to use, get it fingered. That's approximately what my choice is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it and cut it off. I don't like to cut off after. I like to cut off right and tie on with what I have. So I'm going to take it here, set it right down on top. I'm going to give it 1, 2 wraps, and then again I'm going to work the marabou around the shank of the hook here. Okay, and then I'm going to wrap this up tight, back and forth. There we go. So I've got my marabou. Now, I will tell you that on this minnow, and again, all by the author, they take and just snip it so it's even across the back. So we've got it here. Now the next thing I want to do is get out some white Shminnow here. And I'm going to take a piece, and I always like to cut my pieces 4 to 5 inches so I have something to hold to. I'll put that back. Now I'm going to come right in here and start it right on top of the thread wraps that I had the marabou with, and then I'm going to bring my thread forward, and I'm going to leave this here while my thread is forward. Then I'm going to take plastic eyes, which are shrimp eyes. These are very light and almost weightless. We're not trying to necessarily turn the hook over, we're just giving it some eyes. If you want a little more, then you could put on a black bead chain. And the way I tie eyes on is I give them 10 wraps from each side. Okay, got my eyes on here. Now I'm going to leave my thread here, and I'm going to take my chenille, and always wrap away from yourself, wrap forward. So I'm going to take it here, and then I just pull back, just bringing it back each time. Back. Here we go. One more time, and when I pull it back or bring it in this time, I just lay it over between the eyes and give it 10 wraps right behind the eyes. Okay, and I'm going to take here, snip that right off. I'm going to put a couple of half hitches just a touch of super glue on the top and bottom of my there, and there, and as you can tell, that was probably as easy it gets for fly tying. There is a full-fledged Shminnow. Like I say, a great fly on the beach, right inside the surf, probably anywhere from a foot or so from the sand on the beach. But that's as easy. It also fishes well around mangroves and other places, but it's known to do well